Hi, this is Terry and welcome to another episode of Flavors in the Heart. So today we're going to be making a pork ragu. Ragus you can cover over rice. You can. I'm going to do a polenta later on today to go with this. So basically anything, even noodles. It has a wide variety of things that you can do with it. So we're going to start out with, I usually do 3 to 5 pounds of a pork butt, which makes it easier to put in the crock pot and then just let it simmer with everything, and then at the end of it you're just pulling it apart, and with the other ingredients it's just incredible. So let's start off with letting you know what our ingredients are today and introduce. So today, obviously, we have I've got 5 pounds of skinless, boneless pork butt. You can, use what cut you feel that's best for you. And then we've got some olive oil in the pan that we're going to use to braise the pork so that it seals in those juices. And then you've got the spices, which is the 2 bay leaves, 2 teaspoons of rosemary, 4 teaspoons of thyme, and then you've got the wine, a half a cup of red wine, a full body wine would be good, and then 6 garlic cloves chopped up, as well as a large onion chopped. I've got some tomato paste there, and then I actually have 2 cans of chopped tomatoes. Okay, so now that you know we have all of our ingredients, like I've always said, I like to get all my ingredients and anything that I need out prepared before I start my recipe, and then read your recipe front and back so that you know what's going on. There's not a lot of stopping when it comes to that. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to braise the meat to get that nice little crust on there so that it locks in those juices, and then I will put the rest of the ingredients into a crock pot and do it anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. You're just going to go in and check the meat. The meat is the most important thing. As far as the pork goes, for it to be done, it should be 140 to 145 degrees. Your best friend, I've got it right here, is a thermometer, a meat thermometer. You don't use it that often, but hey, they're like $5 or $6, so why not buy it and toss it into your toolbox that you got there. So right now you're going to watch me go ahead and braise the pork, and then I'm going to, as that's doing that, I'm going to toss in all the other ingredients into the crock pot, and let's get this recipe started. You don't want the pan too hot, otherwise you're just going to be splattering all over. So what I like to do is just to do the front and the back first, and then I can work on doing the sides. This is going to sizzle right there. And then this other fatty right here. We got here. Yeah, sometimes you can take a peek, see what's going on under there. Yeah, just a few more minutes. So actually then what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and combine all of our other ingredients. So let's follow me over here to the crock pot. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to toss in the tomatoes. Again, this is just 2 cans of tomatoes that are chopped up. I think sometimes the stores have the specialty of with ingredients like green peppers, garlic. You're welcome to do that. Again, it's just it's all about your flavor profile on this here and what you want to do. It's one of the things that I love about cooking versus baking. There's no science here, ladies and gentlemen. Compared to baking, I should say. All right, so here's that wine, and then also you're going to stick in 2 cups of water. that. Give it a nice base to work with. And then we've got the garlic here. Okay. And then last but not least, we've got all of our beautiful spices that are going to go in there. That thyme, rosemary, salt, pepper, and then those bay leaves. You know, the funniest thing is every time I put bay leaves into something, I'm always the one that seems to get it in my ragu. So try to pick them out if you can. Every once in a while, you know, you kind of miss it. So let's check on that meat and see how it's doing. All right, so we got our meat here. Let's take a look. I'm going to give you some light. There we go. So, yeah, I might give it a couple more minutes because I really do like a nice browning on there. And again, it's going to lock in those flavors, and it will set your recipe up to a different level that you're like, wow. Let's check this other fat one out. Yeah, just a few more minutes. All right, and then last but not least, I'm gonna toss in the tomato paste. So it's about 3 tablespoons. I added just a little bit more because when it comes to, you know, I like to cook a little bit bigger. So sometimes I'll have that extra meat in there, so I want to have just a little bit more in there. So let's get this in there. And then just mix it around, because this is what that beautiful pork butt's going to sit in. And it's going to grab those flavors. And the guests are going to be very, very happy. Alright, so here we are. Let's look and see how that is. Get in there. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice little brown. I'm going to go ahead and flip that over. Same way with this one. Yeah, this has got some brown on it as well. Now, some people like to chop off the fat, trim the fat. I'm not one of those people. I definitely like a little fat on there because it gives it flavor. And sometimes natural flavor is hard to come by. And so we're adding all these spices in, and what it really needs is something to grab onto. So the fat in there just really makes it so much better. So we're going to let this cook here for another 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'm going to flip it over on its side and do the sides. I want to get it all. I want it all to be nice and encrusted so that that juices stay in there, and then when you go to pull that apart. Alright, so we're back. Our pork is nice and brown, just what we wanted. Now we're going to take it over here, and we're going to fit both of these into this crock pot, and just around the edges there. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on. There you go. And we got this next one. This one's a little loosey-goosey, but we'll get her in there. Come on. There we go. So now the next thing that, just make sure it's down in there deep, mixing your spices around. Sometimes those spices will get together. And you're like, no, I want you to separate. But, alright, well here we are. Our final concoction, so to speak. So we've got the pork ragu on top, and then the polenta on the bottom, and then the sauce the actual ragu there, and I don't know if you can see it, but oof, and it is delicious. So if you do this in a two steps, you do the polenta, or you do the ragu first, and then you do the polenta, and then pour it over it, you're going to be very happy. Definitely send me your comments and any pictures. I'd love to see when people make my recipes, because not everybody makes them the same. So until next time, let's get cooking.